Hey everyone, some of you know me, some of you don't. Some of you are probably like, what is she up to? Um, this is probably the serious you'll ever see me. Um, the reason for these videos that I'm about to start doing, with this being the first one, is because I've been through a lot. I'm 36 years old and I've experienced a lot, as we all have. But I feel like a lot of what I've went through, a lot of people can relate with, or to rather. You know, and I feel like it can help people and also help me. Um, just a short summary. Those of you who know me or knew me in my past know me as someone who, you know, had a big mouth in the aspect of I would curse you out. I was a fighter. I would fight anybody. Um, some of you see me on World Star and YouTube fighting. That was the old me. Um, But the reason why I bring that up is because I was fighting battles back then that a lot of people were not even aware of. I have been in 41 foster homes growing up. Um, I've been in a group home. I've been molested. I've been raped. Um, I watched my home that people thought was stable turn into the biggest crack house in the neighborhood 24 hours after my mom passed away. And I was just 10. I've seen some crazy things in my life. Um, you know, I've sold drugs to my own parent so that I can keep the money flow in the house. Um, I've been through a lot. And those are for later topics. I want to hit the biggest thing that I've went through, as those may sound like the biggest. Uh, my present situation is something that a lot of women are presently going through, and some have overcome that. It never leaves us, but some have became survivors of that, and some are trying to find ways to survive through it so that they can get, you know, where we are, us that have gotten out of it. And then it's sadly some that haven't, had the chance to get out and make it out safely and have lost their lives behind domestic violence. My reason for speaking on this one today is because it's my biggest battle. Uh, I left New York in 29. I just decided that I randomly wanted to get up and go. A lot of people had different reasons for why they think I left. My reason coming out of my mouth was the memories, the lifestyle, everything that I was going through, I wanted to be free of. So I thought running away was the best thing to do. Don't mind me if I seem a little nervous. I am, because my story is my story, and it's very personal, it's very sensitive, and it's taken a lot to share it. But I'm ready. I moved to Texas in 2014. I was happy. I had a new life, new job. I realized that I discovered talents that I didn't know I had. So I started, my own little business. I didn't know how to drive. I went from not knowing how to drive to having 3 cars. So I was like living my life. In 2015, I met my ex, who I later married. In this relationship, he was younger than me. And, that little saying, guys mature later than women. I was in a place with myself to where I thought I had found my peace. I had humbled myself. I was no longer the person who wanted to yell and scream and argue. I was no longer the person who had any fight of any type of negative within self. And I thought I was like healing from my past. And this person came and woke up every demon that laid sleeping and created a mess that even 7 months later, after now being free from, I have no idea how to clean up by myself. We had a lot of good times, so that confused the situation. But in that marriage, in that relationship, I wasn't given any motivation. I wasn't given any confidence. I wasn't given any security, and I wasn't given any love. A person can tell you they love you every day, but this is how he showed it. I've had broken facial bones, fractured facial bones. I've had 6 concussions, and I have currently a crack in my skull. I have a fractured chest wall bone. I've had fractured ankle bones. I have cuts right over my eyebrow here. They had to glue my eyebrow back together because he hit me in my face with a stick. Even up into 2 weeks before I left, I was hit in my face repeatedly with an Adidas shower slipper. So those of you who know what those are, imagine being slapped full force with that in your face. I've been cheated on. I've been lied to. I've been stolen from, like literally stolen out my purse. I've even dealt with affairs where it was a child that came out of it. And, you know, a lot of people would say, you that know me would say, you went through that? Yes, I did. And for many years, I didn't even swing back. I was so scared of the next situation that at times I could have my phone in my hand and he could be coming inside and I'll throw my phone on the other side of the bed. I just didn't want to go through the who you talking to, what you're doing. Many times I was told that I can go. Many times he knew how to get me to stay without saying it too. And why this topic is so important to me is because there's many women in this situation, and again, it's many women that didn't make it out of that situation. But I was blessed to be one of those women that did. And we all have a breakthrough. Mine was in April. I almost lost my life. I had my cousin on life support in New York. I had 2 cousins on life support in New York. With COVID, I had 1 cousin on the other side of my family who passed away from it. I had several friends who died from it. I was continuously taking tests and they were telling me I didn't have it, but I lost 31 pounds. I was in a bed for 16 days. My liver was failing. My kidney was failing. And I would call my uncle and I would cry because I didn't know what to do. Like I was turned into a skeleton. And you would think that I had a support system because I was married. I was home with my husband at the time. And he helped for a few days as I lay there sick. But within that time, I got dragged and beat on as I lay there, fragile, fatigued, sick, because he didn't like the way I said something after I lost my family members. And I couldn't get to them. I couldn't talk to them. I was here sick myself. And that was my wake-up call. And I promised God that if he got me through that I would get up and I would find a way. I couldn't just up and leave. I felt, because I didn't know where to go or what to do. Some people go, how didn't you know you got all this family? I don't throw no shade, no way, and I don't mean no disrespect. But I had a lot of family. Again, I didn't have support. I had a lot of people, so I thought were my friends, but I didn't have support. And I was judged, I was talked about, I was belittled because of my situation. And I didn't want to deal with that. So the people who I did get some support from took advantage of that after. And God blessed me with a bank account full of money when I got out that bed from being sick. And I used every dime of it to start my life over. And when I left that night, I cried because I felt like I did something wrong. I felt like, even though after all this stuff this person did to me, I felt like I left him hanging. But then I motivated myself because I knew I may have felt like I left him hanging, but he hung me. And by the grace of God, I was able to cut that rope and save myself. I got here where I am now. And I was sick. I mean, not physically sick, but I was sick. I started drinking again. I was doing all kinds of things. And I thought I was having fun. Until that high went down and I realized that my life literally changed. I went to sleep married in a different state, and I woke up in a brand new life, furnished, new place, new people around me, old people around me that I was not used to anymore, that I did not know, and they did not know me. So I felt alone. And the only person I knew for sure was who I just left. And I would find myself sometimes entertaining that thought of that life. I felt like I left my life. The holidays were coming. I was not used to not being there with that person. And I became, depressed. And before I get to my new blessing of life, let me say this. Within this time of you guys seeing me post on Facebook, laughing, playing, within the last 6 or 7 months, I have attempted to kill myself 3 times. I have dibbled and dabbled with things I had no business doing. I have breakdowns in my house because I feel like I'm ugly. I'm not good enough. My mind be twisted because of what I went through back in Texas. And I met someone. And I had no intentions of meeting anyone. Not a new friend, not a boyfriend, not a homegirl, none of nothing. This person has become my best friend. I mean, my best friend. I mention that because they're one of the major reasons why I'm taking a step to tell my story. And I thank him, and I thank a few more people who motivated me to do this. Because I know that there's a woman somewhere that went to sleep last night and felt how I felt many a day. You either had to lay there and have sex with someone that you felt nasty for having sex with, because this person beats on you, they make you ugly, they leave bruises on you, they sleep with other women, you're scared of STDs, all kinds of things, but they make you feel like if you don't do this, somebody else will. And you're still in a relationship, so you do it. Or you may be scared of them. It may be a woman somewhere who, may not be able to listen to this video until the guy leaves, because, this might be too much motivation. He might, break the phone in her, because listening to my story might motivate her. It might show her that there's a life after this. It may be somebody that slit their wrist last night or took some pills because, You know, they're either still in that situation and they're trying to get out, because it's not always physical. In my situation, it was physical, mental, and emotionally at one time. And when people judge you, which I apologize for any woman I've ever judged for being in an abusive relationship. When people judge you for being in that situation, they don't know. It's not as easy as you think. You just can't open a door and run out. Not because somebody's after you. Sometimes it's like that. But that's not it. Emotionally, you get broken down. Mentally, you get broken down. These people mess with your head. They make you think, especially when you don't have a support system. Woo, they have a field day with you. And I'm a strong woman. You see my shirt? Let me show y'all my shirt, because this light is bright. Well, my shirt says she is strong, right? I don't know if y'all just seen that. But yes. And that's also my last name. So God made no mistakes when he made me. But I was just weak. And I was bent up, because I'm not broken, because as you can see, I'm here today. But it upsets me, because it's people out there that they don't know how this breaks you down. They don't know, you know, on top of the other things that you deal with, how hard it is to get out those situations. I had an uncle of mine. I won't mention any names, but I'm going to send you this video. I called him in the very beginning of my abusive relationship, and I said I needed help. He Western Union me $20 and told me this would be the first and the last time he helped me with this situation. I didn't ask you for your money. I really, really just wanted to know that somebody loved me enough that if they had to take a trip to Texas, because that was the first time I called them about a situation like that, they would come get me. Or they would say, come here or something. That didn't happen. That didn't happen. You know? I've had women in my family who have been through the same thing, and they knew it wasn't easy. They stayed for years. But then they talk to you as if, you know, you're stupid for being where you are. Nah, baby. I'm where you were. And I'm trying to get past where you are, because you still don't have an understanding of what you even went through. So you could never understand what I've gone through. So I say all of this to say that it's not going to be easy. It's going to be hard. I have nightmares now. I'm in a whole different situation, and I still struggle with my past, because I ran from the location. The stuff that's in me, I have not let go yet. I don't even know how. So maybe you guys can help me with that as I help you get to where I am. I just had to start saying that I'm important, that I'm pretty. I may not be pretty to the world, but I'm beautiful, baby. I need you to know that. Because what I thought I looked like before, that ain't what I look like. What I felt like before, that's not what I feel like. And again, somebody's talking to you and belittling you, that's abuse. If somebody is telling you you're not good enough, or making you feel like you're not good enough, but they're telling you they love you, that's abuse. If somebody is taking you and bashing you into walls, or spitting in your face, or I don't care if he mushed you, that's abuse. If somebody's messing with your thoughts and telling you you're crazy when you make perfect sense to you and them, because they don't want to acknowledge the fact that they're wrong, that is abuse. People get abused every day and don't know. And people get abused every day and don't know how to get out of it. It's not going to happen. It may not happen overnight, but you continue to put your first foot forward and be safe. And I'm just here. I can't tell you how to get out of your situation, because every situation is different. What I'm telling you is that you can't get out of your situation, and love yourself. We all need support systems. It may not come when we need them, though. So you have to be your biggest support system, your biggest fan. You have to love yourself. You have to think about what you want. The same type of love that you want from these people who are abusing you, you have to give it to yourself. We are what we attract. I'm not saying that you're an abuser because you attracted one. What I'm saying is, if you accept that, if you accept someone like that, then yes, you attract that. They prey on people like us. I have a good heart. I have a nasty attitude, but I have a great heart. I have one of the biggest hearts on the planet of Earth. That is my biggest, how can I say it? My greatest gift and my biggest curse. But at the end of the day, I wouldn't change a beat about myself or my life, because I know that my story is going to help other people. We're going to get to some of my other topics another time, because it's some kids that had chaotic lives, chaotic like childhoods, and now they're adults full of chaos. So we're going to get to some of that later. But I just wanted to empower some women out there that may be feeling like, you're not pretty, that nobody's going to like you with all the scars, nobody's going to understand you. Once you leave, what do you do after that? You live your life, baby. You live your life. You create one. And as I'm learning how to let that stuff go, I need y'all to just get to where I'm at. Once you're safe, you got all the time in the world to get it together. So, I don't know if I did this video right, but I told the truth and I kept it real. That's all that matters to me. And I'll be making another one next week. And I'm not Superwoman, but if it was a woman that reached out to me and they needed my help in any type of way to help them, get out of the current situation that they're in, I would bend over backwards to do that. And you're not by yourself at all. You're not by yourself. And I ask any person that's watching this video, if you happen to come across it and you're the actual abuser, I ask you, don't put another woman, or because it's not just women either, it's men too that go through this. Don't put another person in a situation to where even after your life goes on, and even after they've made it through what you put them through mentally, physically, and emotionally, those scars don't leave. Them black eyes heal, them cuts heal, but you mess a person up. You destroy a human being. Well, you can, but we ain't gonna allow you to. This is what my video's for. I'm not gonna allow y'all to win. But I love y'all. And till next time, don't forget, love yourself, cherish yourself. This too shall pass. And somebody out there understands. And don't worry about what people think about you, because they're going to talk and they're going to judge you, whether you're the best person on the face of the earth. And people fight their own battles every day. They're just not as bold as people like you or I, because they're not going to say it out loud. So don't let them fool you. Nobody's perfect. And y'all have a good day.